customers, they are the heart of this organization. So I request our beloved guests, who are also the customers of Hosachiguru, to kindly water the plant and do the honors. There you go, sir. Okay. It takes a little bit of time to light the lamp, but when it keeps going forever, right? Thank you, Srinath. Thank you so much. We'll invite you again back on the screen, but for now, it's time for our beloved guests, aka customers, to take over the ceremony, because Samruddhi is nothing but prosperity. Is that what we call it as? Yeah. You think it is prosperity? What about you?
Abundance.
Abundance, okay.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't.
You don't agree? It's not like a KBC question, don't worry. Well, a lot of people are wondering who I am. My name is Vinayak Joshi. I'm the host and also a dear friend of Team Hosachiguru. So I keep coming here all the time. Last time when I was here, it was 18th or 19th farmland that we were inaugurating. Today we are at 25. And there are thousands of customers. Why these two people? So first, Mr. Rohan Lobo was the first customer of Samruddhi who's booked this plot. So, sir, you have the privilege today to unveil this farmland. Thanks a lot for being here. Naresh, I'll come back to you later. So first tell me, you're a senior partner at Deloitte. You're an urban farmer. What excites you to be a part of Hosachiguru?
So, Vinayak, you said just now that, it's all about dreams come true. So for me, it was a dream come true. I think we had an agrarian background, we had an agricultural family, I come from a family. So I was very keen to have, some kind of agricultural land of my own. What I think triggered it was during the pandemic. Because in the pandemic, it became more clear that not only is agriculture the future, but also, you need some kind of reserve of wealth, and therefore a purchase of land. Right?
So when you say the word wealth, right, how do you explain wealth?
So it is not, wealth is something for me, not just financial, but it's a lot to do with, a well-being and a means to a well-being. So wealth is not just financial, it's also emotional, it's also something that, we have in terms of our hopes, aspirations, and also in terms of what we're giving back in terms of nature. One of the most important things that I found extremely exciting about the fact of the concept of Hosachiguru is you could be continuing to do what you do as a person on ground with your work, but at the same time, you could have some agricultural land and somebody is looking at it. You could have the satisfaction that, first of all, the titles are okay. And when I decided to choose Hosachiguru, I think the single most important thing was to have, the title.
Can I add some value to whatever you're saying? It's not about buying the plot, but making it effective by growing something, managing it, and using it regularly, right?
Yeah.
That's when the plot comes into life.
Which I wouldn't have been able to do on my own. And that's why you need somebody you trust that will take care of the property that is lying a little bit on the outskirts, but at the same time, things are growing on it. That whole journey is extremely important.
How many farm plots do you have at Hosachiguru now?
So at the moment, I've got about 7.5.
Whoa! Okay.
But hopefully, I'm looking for more. And as new projects come with Hosachiguru, I'm quite excited to be a part of the journey.
Fantastic. On the other side, we have another aspiring person, inspiring person who's a software engineer at Shell and also a customer at Hosachiguru. So what excites you to be a part of this entire project?
Well, again, first of all, congratulations on the new launch of Samruddhi.
Thank you.
Right. Wishing for many more to come. Again, I think, we used to think like, a couple of years ago that we are unique in that dream that you explained at the beginning, right? But no, it's the very similar dream we had, right? Like we wanted to have a sustainable life in our own farm amidst nature, growing our own food, right? Like having that connection with nature. I think we'll coming to the city for work, we kind of lost all that. And we had this dream for several years, but we didn't know how to go about it, like how to build that dream, right? But in the pandemic, just like how Rohan said, the urge became more severe and serious. And I did a lot of research, but still, to no avail, right? Like, but then when we came across Hosachiguru, right? Like that's where we started getting the answers. Finally, the confusion was going away. Yeah.
I have a question. How often do you visit your farmland, and do you use all the amenities that are there?
Yeah, absolutely. We visit very frequently, in the sense like at least once every 2 weeks. I think comparing to many other co-farmers, that's frequent, relatively more frequent. And in terms of all the facilities, the hospitality comes to my mind. I think that's like one of the best experiences with Hosachiguru.
I mean, just to ask a question, do you grow your own tomatoes?
Not yet, not yet. But I want to.
Fantastic. So, two different perspectives. One defining wealth in his own way, that is happiness, experiencing wealth, and wealth is best when you experience it. If it's in a bank, it's of no use, right? So, experiencing wealth, trying to build a life away from home, building another home where you can keep things more sustainable, happy, calm, and peaceful, right? So, on that note, I request both of you to unveil our 25th property. Note down this number, 25. That's a huge number. So 25th property is being unveiled by our customers. So you're a symbolic representation. As I said, customers are the heart of this entire organization, and you're going to represent thousands of customers out there, and kindly unveil this video and launch Samruddhi for all of us. So on my count of 3, both of you, you'll say, let's unveil the all the best to Samruddhi, and let's play the video. Okay, on the count of 3, 2, 1.
All the best, Samruddhi.
Let's play the video.
There you go.
Welcome to Samruddhi Farms. Nestled amidst the serene and picturesque surroundings, Samruddhi is spread across 115 acres. Samruddhi is a dream come true for those seeking to live and experience the beauty of a farm life. Samruddhi is Hosachiguru's most affordable offering, and we take great pride in giving wings to your farm dreams. Adjacent to Tumkur Taluk, close to the Madhugiri Black Buck Reserve Forest, located between Hindupur and Madakasira, Samruddhi is just 90 minutes from Bangalore Airport Toll. Samruddhi's strategic location makes it an ideal choice for those seeking to live in a farm community while still having easy access to the city. Samruddhi means great prosperity. With agroforestry at its heart, Samruddhi is an ideal opportunity for those seeking to create a prosperous future through a combination of cultivation of timber, such as sandalwood, teak, mahogany, and a food forest with a variety of fruit-bearing trees such as mango, chiku, jackfruit, and many more to choose from. The farmlands in this area are witnessing tremendous growth given its proximity to the airport, and Hindupur being an industrial hub with the likes of BEL, Wipro, Berger Paints, and Kia Motors having their production facilities, and an upcoming SEZ of 1,800 acres just 10 minutes to the farm. With rapid development around Samruddhi farms, the potential for high land appreciation is immense, making it an ideal choice for those seeking to create a prosperous and sustainable future. Samruddhi is located on a national highway that connects the Bangalore-Hyderabad highway to the Bangalore-Mumbai highway, making it an ideal growth spot. At Samruddhi, we understand that a farm community should be a place of belonging, where the entire family can come together and create memories. Our clubhouse is designed to provide just that, a perfect blend of relaxation and recreation for the entire family. The resort will have a host of amenities such as indoor games, cabanas, campsite, workstations, petting center, organic cafe, and cottages that are ideal for your weekend stays. With regenerative farming practices and the right technology to help you get real-time updates, Hosachiguru will make sure you own a farm that is secure, sustainable, rewarding, and tech-enabled. The multi-layered approach to a food forest ensures a fruitful outcome. By owning a farm with Hosachiguru, you become a part of the co-farmer community, which gives special access to book a stay across all the other farms of Hosachiguru. Our various teams of experts take care of end-to-end management, legal aspects of the initial paperwork, regenerative farming, and hospitable farm life ensure an easy-going experience for you from owning the land to reaping the fruits of your investment. With its affordable pricing, easy EMI options, potential highland appreciation, and with regenerative agricultural principles, Samruddhi offers you the opportunity to realize your farm dream. Take the first step towards making your farm dream come true.
Samruddhi for you, ladies and gentlemen. What a fantastic piece of land that is. I think I would consider it as a piece of gold because land today is nothing but gold. If you have a piece of land, you can grow your own vegetables, eat healthy, make a living out of it. And not just that, you can also build memories and experience everything at one single place. Having said that, now I have one of the managing directors, Mr. Sriram Chetlur with me. Sir, once again, welcome back.
Thank you.
And he's one of my favorites when it comes to talking, speaking, and explaining about all these farm plots because he has inspired so many customers to become urban farmers. So he has his favorite word, cherry pick. You know, Sriram is the one who goes land shopping and he cherry picks all the locations for Hosachiguru. And so tell me, what inspired you towards Samruddhi? What is so unique about this property, sir?
Before that, many happy returns of the day to you.
Thank you so much.
And may your life be blessed with full of Samruddhi.
Thank you, sir.
So, you know, Samruddhi, like they say, right, when you buy diamond, people see cut, color, carat, clarity and stuff like that. But when it comes to buying land at Hosachiguru, we follow a very meticulous process. We call that methodology as a scale methodology so that you can scale in your life. All our farmers also, co-farmers, our customers also scale well in their life. The soil, the sustainability angle in terms of water availability, the size of the land parcel, that's the S part. C is the cost. We have to get the right cost. A is it should be aspiring. It should be appreciation. It should have great appreciation potential. It should be right in terms of all legal elements and the labor availability. And finally, it should be very elegant. So Samruddhi is an elegant piece of land which has a nice, contours of a golf course. It's located bang on the NH 544 between Hindupur and Madakshira. It's about 90 minutes from Bangalore. Upcoming industrial factories such as Kia Motors, Nason, BEL, and whatnot.
So you already have a lot of properties on the same belt, right? So there's one question that keeps coming in my head all the time. That is water, and especially the sunlight. It's quite, I would say, this region is quite hard, you know.
Right.
So what made you really choose this piece of land, sir?
See, it's not really hard as it's perceived to be. It has a very good water table. The lakes are pristine. I mean, if you drill a borewell, you get water at about 300, 400 feet.
Wow.
Because it was not exploited, unlike the, Kolar district, which is exploited. So here there is abundance of water and light. So these two are life resources. And Hosachiguru's agronomy team, the permaculture team, the in-house team know how to really work with these resources and make sure it works in our favor than against us.
In fact, we're going to have the team that is working, the permaculturists who are working on this property, and I wouldn't say the word property, but on farmland, because they're very keen. You call it a farmland.
Farmland.
Yeah, it's not a property. Srinath will tell you why later. But 25th property,
Right.
it's a benchmark number, right? So how was the journey from 0 to 24? How do you feel, sir?
It's quite rewarding. We always said attitude of gratitude. We thank our customers. We thank the nature, Mother Nature, who has helped us to, come to where we are today. With every passing project, with every passing day, our process, our knowledge of how to align with nature has only gotten better. We have operations in 3 different states now, which is Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Andhra. We have worked in different climatic conditions, different regulations. We have only gotten better, and Samruddhi is even more special because every project is special for us, but Samruddhi being the 25th and being the latest, it gets the best of all the learnings that we have done in the last 25 years. So that's makes Samruddhi unique in terms of how we manage the water, in terms of how we manage the drought, in terms of, and it's an empty canvas. It's an empty canvas of land. So our permaculturists have a great freedom to really figure out where each plant can come and how they can stitch the whole thing in a nice biodiverse and harmonious way. So that landscape will certainly stand out when it comes to Samruddhi.
Fantastic. 25th project, 10 years of being a pioneer in this field. And once again, thanks a lot, sir, for your insight and your perspective about Samruddhi. We'll have you back again because there are a lot of people who are on Zoom, YouTube, Facebook, and they have a lot of questions. If you have any questions, do drop in. We'll curate it and they'll handpick those questions and answer all of those. We'll have Sriram back in some time. But as I said, I'm going to lead towards our permaculturists how do I explain this? They're the architects of this entire farmland, and they have been, they have played a very vital role, and I would like to hear from them what's so unique about the topography, the geography, and plants, trees, everything, right? So I want to know more about it. But before that, let me take pride in announcing a few milestones that Hosachiguru has created in the last 10 years. So that would be one is creating thousands of urban farmers, more than 8,000 to 10,000 urban farmers who have fulfilled their dreams of owning a piece of farm plot, and more than 1,300 acres of farmland being cultivated. When you say the word farmland, right, it's about planting trees, creating an ecosystem, and being a part of a noble cause, because we usually take things from nature, but here's a chance to give it back and also feel good about saying that it's my piece of land. I have been a part of it, that sense of pride. So what I would like to request is 1,300 acres of farm plot and 1 million trees. 1 million trees in the last 10 years is a significant number. And I think if Hosachiguru is a part of Guinness Book of Records, I wouldn't be surprised. On that note, let me welcome the permaculturists of this Samruddhi farms, and let's hear it from them. And we have 2 talented and very passionate people towards nature and creating this ecosystem. The first person would be Smriti Shetty, and the second one is Fulmani Baro. And both of them have put in a lot of effort to create this piece of farmland. And here they are, looking pretty.
Thank you.
Varamaha Lakshmi Habara Shubha Shegaru. You too, madam, looking pretty. So please tell me, Samruddhi is your baby, your idea, and how would you like to articulate your thoughts about this great piece of property?
First of all, thank you for having us here. It's great. Thank you, Hosachiguru, everybody. Well, the vision for Samruddhi basically was to establish a regenerative farm for urban developers who are seeking to have a retreat space and also pursue a sustainable lifestyle. So Samruddhi is a breathtaking landscape, and it's situated in natural savanna grasslands The idea was to understand the unique landscape features of the land, the water catchment areas, the topography of the land, and create a regenerative agroforestry system, but in accordance to natural ecosystems of the land. Also keeping in mind the ethics of permaculture and the principles of permaculture of earth care, people care, and fair share.
And you do a lot more than a permaculturist. That is, you call yourself as regenerative agricultural designers. So would you explain it a little bit in brief?
So the idea, it is almost similar, but what happens with regeneration is the idea is sustainability. Sustainability is doing organic farming, and you keep doing one chore in one form of way. Regenerative system is basically creating systems that are creating resources or creating outputs within the system itself. For example, I'll give you a closed loop system. If I am going to make fertilizers on the farm or composting on the farm, I will make sure that I will have the cows within the system. I have my source that is clean and fair, and right there, I know where the ingredients of this composting system are coming back. So we take that manure, go back into the soil. The soil produces plants. The plants go back into the compost system. So this is called closed loop systems and regenerative systems.
Fantastic. It's a how do I put it? It's an ocean that they are trying to explain it in
just few words. Words don't. I mean, it's not. You actually have to come and practice it. It's more a practical. It's more a practical form of. It's a practice rather than theory. So that is what I would say.
Fantastic. So Fulmani, I have a question. So when it comes to a farm plot, right?
Yeah.
The most important part is developing an ecosystem, especially the plants, the crop, whatever you're growing. Pesticides is something that is really a big word of concern in today's food that we eat, right? So how can you develop a system which can manage all by itself, especially when it comes to soil, water, pests? How can you manage this organically?
Yeah. So I'll give you a narrative where I'll try to show that it's very interconnected. You cannot separate one from the other.
Okay.
So at the core of our design, we start with a series of interconnected water harvesting system,
Okay.
Which are contour swells. And these contour swells, they run throughout the landscape and helps us conserve rainwater, catch the rainwater that's falling on the land. And then it makes our farm resilient to soil degradation and also to natural disasters, which are in the form of drought or flood. And in the face of climate change, it is going to be very real. So that's one. And when you see at the contour swells, interesting thing is that there is a basin and a bund, right? So the basin collects the water to conserve water, but at the same time, the basin also serves as in situ composting site, which Smriti was talking about, closed loop system. So we have an in situ composting system within the water harvesting structure, right? And other water harvesting structures that have been added are gabions, check dams, and ponds. So this is the water harvesting part. And so
check dam is like a mini dam where you can store water,
yes,
right?
we store water.
Okay.
You can store water. The idea is not to just store the water, but the idea is to let the water move as well. But before it moves, we let it give it time for it to get absorbed by the soil. So you slow the flow of the water. That is what you're trying to do. You're trying to get as much of water into the soil and then let it move. Not letting the water move is also wrong ethically. You should also let the water move because it's supposed to be fair share. Community needs to share the water.
It also helps you maintain the water table, right?
Yes. So basically what happens is when the water gets absorbed, it automatically recharges your aquifers, which is your water table.
Fantastic. Looks like you guys are so passionate about what you're doing. You know, there's so much of care and concern about Mother Nature. I really appreciate it. Yeah, you have.
And to add to the pest management, so as holistic designers, what we have done is we try to tap the natural predation system that's there in ecosystems, right? So we try to bring in the natural predators, which are predatory birds and insects. So what you do is you provide food for them. You provide flowering plants and fruits, and these organisms come in the farm and help you manage pests in the long term. So we have designed installations for bird perches, bird box, and something called insect hotels.
So in this entire organic life cycle, who's your favorite predator?
Oh, there's a bird called drongo.
Okay.
There's a tail that's split, and it's excellent predatory bird.
Okay.
Feeds on many pests. Insects.
What about you? Which is your favorite?
It would be the same because it's.
Oh,
it's
you can't
made
copy
with-
paste. That's not fair.
This is why we work in tandem. And that is why we work well together.
Looks like you both are in sync. And one quick word about Samruddhi. If I am a co-farmer, if I'm an urban farmer, what can I be really proud of when I own a piece of plot at Samruddhi?
It enables the co-farmer to own a biodiverse food forest.
Okay.
It also helps them experience the native nature and flora of the land, animal interaction, and community living. What it also enables, give you a sense of community and ownership of land, which is basically what is lacking in and what are urban developers seeking nowadays. So we have spaces like workshop zones, we have integrated farm areas, we have sunset viewing points, which are great for opportunities for relaxation, meditation, socializing. This is what Samruddhi actually offers.
Very tempting. Very, very tempting. It's my birthday today and I want to gift myself with a piece of...
Well, I think you should be the second customer.
Unfortunately, I can't be the second customer because 25% of the plots are already pre-booked by the existing customers. Thanks a lot to all of you for keeping so much of faith and the amount of trust that you have kept in us, right? Thank you so much. And I would like to thank you both. And I will meet you offline after the event. I have many questions. In case if people have any questions to ask, where should they write to you? Or how can they get in touch with you guys?
They can email us.
Okay.
They can email us at our website. It's called Nila, regen@gmail.com.
Fantastic. And the team Hosachigaru is always happy to help you. They'll definitely divert you to them.
Thank you for having us here.
Most welcome. Most welcome. Thank you. On that note, the permaculture is the architects of this Samruddhi, right? Is what you heard them from. So I'm going to repeat again. If you have any questions, I have many questions, but I'm going to be your voice and I'm going to call you back. I'm going to come back again and ask those questions on your behalf. So ensure that you're going to key in those questions on your Zoom, YouTube, Facebook, wherever it is. Our team is sitting here. They're going to curate those questions. And I'm going to ask those questions to Sriram and Srinath. And they have all the answers. They'll be here until you're satisfied with their answers, right? On that note, let me welcome the man behind all this action. And he's a very passionate person, analytical thinker, can also give a run to calculators when it comes to mathematics. Mr. Srinath Shetty, there you go. A warm welcome to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Vinayak.
Most welcome, sir. And thank you for having me here today. And I feel so happy because not to flatter Srinath, but he's really inspiring, very progressive and logical thinker, and very practical. So let me not really garnish a lot, but ask you a very practical question. 24 properties, that speaks about the success. 25th, that is Samruddhi, right? How is it special, sir?
So with every new project, we have a lot of learnings from the past projects that we bring in, and every new project gets better, and that's what Samruddhi is all about. And for us, we deliver every project passionately, and with every step that we take, we try and improvise on what we have done from the past.
The word wealth, I always used to attach myself or my emotions with money around it, right? The first person who changed my perspective about wealth is Srinath. Srinath, again, I want to hear from you. How do you define wealth?
So, of course, the Western way of defining wealth is all about money, right? Whereas for us, it's Ashtalakshmi, and it's not just one source. There is our contribution to society. There is our contribution to our family. It's about ourself and all of that, right? So there are various aspects to wealth. You can't just pin it to money. And I believe that by embracing certain lifestyles, certain principles, we all can be wealthy.
Okay, I would like to summarize this because I read about this in a book. There are 4 types of wealth. One is social wealth, Second is economic wealth. Third is professional wealth. And fourth is time. Time is also a piece of wealth because you can't buy time, right? So these are the four important kinds of wealth. And what Hosachiguru focuses on is mostly the social wealth, right? And the passion that you have or the urge to fulfill your dreams, right? That is what Hosachiguru is focusing on. So how can Samruddhi enable a co-farmer, or how can one fulfill their dreams when it comes to Samruddhi?
So, everybody has the aspiration to own a farmland, right? And what we make special at Hosachiguru is we make the entire process hassle-free. So, starting from farmland ownership, for instance, just to put this in perspective, you have to picture this, right? Imagine there are two individuals wanting to own a farmland. One Mr. Gupta and one is Mr. Kumar. And Mr. Gupta is that typical uncle we all know, right? Who wants to have his independent farmland, who wants to kind of then, do everything by himself and all of that. So what happens with Mr. Gupta is that, first he has to hunt for the right farmland. He has to make sure that, the size is right, it fits his budget. And then after he has identified that land, he has to make sure the soil is available, the soil is of good quality, the water is available there is access to labor. And after all of this, the legal aspects are taken care of. So for him, if he has all the free time, if he's, if he can take a break for about 6 months from work, perhaps he can set up all of this, right? But for somebody like Mr. Kumar, who wants to then have a hassle-free ownership, the project is for him. So what we do at Hosachiguru is, one is we make sure that everything is taken care of. From choosing the right land parcel, we have kind of checked all the boxes when it comes to soil, water, access, and he can choose in the size that he wants, whether it could be multiples of quarter acres or multiples of half acres, depending upon the budget that he has. And then when he goes to his farmland, there is somebody at the gate, there is a security there, so it's completely secured. There is a learned supervisor who understands the way of permaculture, the way of regenerative agriculture. He will tell him what has happened on the farm, what are the scheduled activities or what are the upcoming activities. And then he would also, help him with harvesting of the produce. So we have a logistics team which will then send the produce back to his house in the city. So the entire process is taken care of. And if he wants to relax, there is a hospitable team which will then, take care of his food needs or his cottage needs. Or even if he has built a farmhouse, we have a housekeeping staff that takes care of the entire process for him. So we make it a hassle-free process for the co-farmer. And we've onboarded more than 1,500 co-farmers across projects, right? And we believe that the entire process should be very simple and very hassle-free, and we are accountable for what we do, starting from the legal aspects. So, when somebody goes and buys their own land, one is, they have to live with all the challenges from a legal perspective. But at Hosachiguru, at any point of time, even after he has purchased the land, if there is a legal issue, we kind of give 100% refund. So we are accountable to that aspect, to that extent. And even when it comes to the agronomy bit, he does not have to worry if labor doesn't come, or if the right supervisor is not there. We take care of all the aspects, and we combine this with technology. So for the co-farmer, he has complete access to the activities that are happening on the farm. He knows the upcoming activities that are scheduled. He can interact with the community. Like Smruti said, it's all about community living. He can interact, share his produce with the community. He can also interact with the ground staff. So to that extent, we made the entire process seamless. Irrespective of where he is living, he always has access to his farm, and it's a lot more hassle-free for him.
I mean, if you want anybody to own a piece of farmland, and if they do not have much knowledge about it, all it takes is a conversation with Srinath, and he can convince them and help them understand what it takes and to own a piece of farmland, and also have that sense of pride of being a part of an ecosystem which is in sync with nature. Having said that, we are moving towards the most important aspect, the price, the return on investment. Why should I own a piece of land at Samruddhi? So these are the few important questions a lot of people are excited to hear from you. So let me take it real quick. And my first question would be like a rapid fire, okay? What is the return on investment if I invest or if I own a piece of farm plot at Samruddhi?
Okay. So, no investment should be a liability, right? Like Sriram said, we carefully choose a farmland like our diamond is chosen. But we also have heard of this phrase, diamonds are forever. Do you believe diamonds are forever?
Yes and no.
Land is forever. We've been brainwashed, right? Now they're also creating diamonds, but land can't be created. Land is forever. So if you have a land that can generate food for generations, if you have a land with every passing year that has better water, that has better soil quality, if you have a land that can give you fresh air every year, right? What more can you ask for, right? That's a well that will always grow. Now, if you look at the location of Samruddhi per se, like Sriram mentioned, it's bang on the highway. It's just about 90 minutes from the airport. Now, if you look at Karnataka and AP, I mean, this is just located outside the Karnataka border in AP, right? As both of these states attract almost 20% of the global investments that come into India. And any large setup, maybe a Tesla or maybe somebody like a Disney, if they want to set up something in India, right, or in a city, they can't come and set up something in Hebbal or Devnandi, right? There are no lands available, and lands are very expensive there. So they have to go into the outskirts, and that's how outskirts get developed.
That's how Kia came into picture.
That's how Kia came into picture in Kanakonda, or for that matter in Hoskote, it was all farmlands, and then Volvo came, or for that matter, in Biddi, Toyota came. So the outskirts tend to grow a lot faster than the city properties. And Samruddhi is rightly poised because you're bang on the highway. There's a close by railway station. It is accessible to the airport. The location of Samruddhi per se, right? 8 hours this side you have Bombay, 5 hours this side you have Hyderabad, 3 hours this side you have Bangalore, and there's a new highway connecting to Vijayawada. So it's very aptly located, and there's a great potential for growth. So one is owning a land that can generate food for you. Second is having a high appreciating land. Third aspect is we also do agroforestry here, right? Like Smriti's mentioned, you can also put in a couple of timber plants, almost to the extent of 50-60% can be timber plants. So you could put a variety of trees, and the gestation would be anywhere between 15 to 25 years, depending upon the type of tree. That can also generate some passive income for the co-farmer and can perhaps offset some of the maintenance cost. So all in all, it's a great investment when it comes to real estate. I don't want to compare this to, equities or gold and stuff like that, but in the real estate space, I think this has a lot more value for its buck. I mean, look at this, right? If you look at, a building that is just done in thin air and will depreciate every year, whereas land is something that only continues to grow, and especially in farmland, a lot of money goes into land and not into the development.
Exactly.
Even the trees that are put there are appreciating in it.
In fact, I was having a conversation with Sriram, and I said, Srinath and Sriram, both of them. And I said, hey, I want to buy an apartment. And Srinath straight away said, please don't buy, because 80% of the money is on steel and cement that you're investing. There's no land there. And if you have a piece of land, maybe a site or a farm plot, right? You're investing on the land, and which is more like gold in today's world, right? So having said that, now comes the important part of the event. Here is the price point of the Samruddhi farms if you want to own. So please explain us, what does it take and what is the special offer that you're throwing on this Varamahalakshmi day?
Sure.
So Samruddhi is prosperity. So how can one be prosperous by owning a piece of farm plot at Samruddhi? There you go, sir.
Thanks, Nike. So, if you can have the pricing on the screen, that'll be great. Meghna, if you can bring up the pricing. A quarter acre is at about 155 rupees a square feet. Roughly translates to about 16.97 lakhs. And the best part is you can own this farmland by paying only a portion of the payment now and the balance over a period of 24 months. So that is the advantage that you get. So we call this a deferred payment scheme. And once you buy the quarter acre, the entire maintenance of this land can be taken care in about 39,000 rupees. So it's as cheap as that. Just to put things in perspective, this is per year, okay? If you own a 40-60 plot in a gated community somewhere in the outskirts, say like Devnandi, right? Typically, they charge about 2 rupees a square feet on maintenance. And that's a common area. So that translates to around, 40-50,000 rupees a year. And plus you pay yearly taxes and you maintain your own plot. It's only for the common area. At Hosochiguru, when I say 39,000, it includes the common area and the farm plot area. So it's a lot more value for the buck. And plus you're growing something. You're getting back food that is grown there, right? So you're getting back everything that is in fact there, right? So that is the beauty of the low-cost maintenance, and we are able to achieve this because of the scale at which we operate. Like if you look at Samruddhi itself is about 115 acres. Now around Samruddhi we have about 8 projects totaling up to 700 acres. So we're able to leverage, our operations team, our specialty team like irrigation team or the pruning teams across, and are able to bring down the cost of maintenance. And that's what we are able to deliver at Samruddhi. Now, similarly, a half acre is about 145 rupees a square feet, and then we have a 1 acre which is about 140 rupees a square feet. You have to translate that into numbers. Perhaps an acre would be about 61 lakhs in terms of pricing, and the cost of maintenance is about 1 lakh rupees. Now, if you compare this to, say, an individual who wants to own a 1 acre independently, like Mr. Gupta, right? For him, he will have to put a family there. He'll have to pay them, $1.5 lakh to in terms of annual maintenance. And then if that family is gone, then he has to again, have his own challenges there, and he has to get an expert once in a while. Motor gone, pump gone, borewell issues. All of those things are taken care in just about ₹1 lakh.
I mean, in fact, when he speaks about Mr. Gupta, right? When he owns a piece of land, the first thing is to secure it by building a compound. And that compound itself is going to cost in lakhs in today's world, right? And Hosochiguro is going to mark it, secure it, and make sure that you get your piece of land which is safe and where you can enjoy it without any kind of hassles, right? So that's the price point. But what is today's offer? I'm more keen on Varmaha Lakshmi offer because Hosochiguro always cares and concerns for their customers who are eager to grab this opportunity and go and book their lots. 25% is already pre-booked. For the rest of the 75%, what is the offer that you're going to throw today?
So we, in fact, booked almost 30%, I assume, and we got some solid bookings as we speak. We've been getting a lot of bookings as well. So for all the co-farmers who have booked, we have not even told them the offer, but we told them whatever offer comes here will be applicable to all of them. So from the current pricing, we are offering a 50,000 rupees off if it's a quarter acre, and a 75,000 rupees off if it's a half acre, and I think about 1 lakh plus if it's a 1 acre, right? And this is if they take the deferred payment scheme. And if they choose to pay everything within 6 months and not go for the 24-month EMI option, then the offer, pretty much doubles.
Whoa!
So that's a huge saving if they're able to book the farm.
But you got to have a huge saving to do the huge saving.
That's right. But again, it's a lot more affordable. I mean, just look at this, Vinayak. If you're buying a 1 crore, 2 crore apartment, right, and you take a loan, you take pretty much 20 years to kind of write off that loan, right? And if you're paying 1 crore, you're paying another 1 crore of interest. That's almost 2 crores over a period of 20 years, and you're working pretty much for 20 years towards paying that. But here, within 24 months, at 0% cost, you can pretty much get done with your payment, and the down payment is just 6.5 lakhs. So it's a great steal, and I would think that it's one of the most affordable thing that an urbanite can do, right? And see, we all want to buy various plots, various farms, and we have seen a lot of urbanites or techies going and buying 2 plots here, 2 plots there. And what has the developer done there? What he has done is he has just cleared off all the trees, cemented the property, and showing you a lake view or a mountain view, which is going to go in no time. Now, in this, you're building your own food forest, right? Which is the beauty in itself. And you can be proud of it, right? And you're contributing back to Mother Nature. And from all perspectives, I think this has a lot more value, and it's very affordable, and you should look at this on your own.
Fantastic. Sounds very tempting. Definitely, I don't want to end up in a ghost town, like how Srinath kept saying. But if you have any questions, feel free to drop in your questions on the Zoom chat box, YouTube, Facebook, and Hosochiguro team is always happy to help you. We're going to take those question and answers in the next couple of minutes. But for now, I'm going to welcome back Mr. Sriram. We would like to have you here, sir. And Sriram, who is a man behind a fantastic... Thank you. So Sriram is the man behind the technology that Hosochiguro enables people to choose their land sitting at their home. So when I say this, it might leave you with a question. Hey, can I own a piece of land sitting at my home, irrespective of where I am? Might be in America, or even in Anegundi, or here in Malleshwaram, or in Shimoga, wherever you are, right? So how can you own a piece of land by sitting at home? Thanks to Talking Lands, and here's the man to explain more about Talking Lands. Sir, please.
Incidentally, I would like to give you the right example. As just before coming in, I got an alert on my mobile saying that plot 1Q7 has been booked by Mr. Vaibhav. I don't know if Vaibhav is seeing this. Congratulations to you, Vaibhav. And it's seamless.
Vaibhav,
yeah, it happens seamless. So the best part is, if when you can buy, 100 rupees or 1,000 rupees item online, when you're able to see the pictures of it, and select, put it on a card and buy this, then why not enable that for land? So we work with a platform called Talking Lands. They are very passionate. We are one of the first customers for them, and they build this application based on a lot of inputs from our sales team and how we want to bring our ethos. So Hosachiguru ethos has always been be as transparent as possible. We don't want to hide any information, and if especially when it comes to real estate, there are a lot of gray areas. The awareness will not be there because it's a new area, new land, new area that you're buying a land, right? So we have created on this platform where the entire layout of Samruddhi and all of our other projects are embedded on a Google map, Google Earth to size, scale, and shape. So customers can actually choose between the plot. They can see the administrative boundaries. They can see the images. They can see the plots, choose it, send in an inquiry, block it from all different views that are possible. Fantastic. So that's Talking Lands for them. All they have to do is, when they go to a site visit also, they can just open the Talking Lands app, click on the live location. They can navigate to the plot themselves and find everything that they want and book it as well.
Very, very few simple steps to mark your plot and kind of own it immediately, right?
Own it immediately, yeah.
And one interesting question that I have, in case my friend is living in US, UK, Australia, wherever, right?
Wherever,
or even Delhi.
Yeah.
And just for the registration, it's very difficult for them to fly in and complete the process. Can this be done online? Can this be done seamlessly without any kind of hassles? Is it possible?
See, the entire booking process, the entire awareness of they discovering the property is completely online. They don't really have to come for any of those documentation, but the final sale deed, in certain state regulations, you have to come, especially if you're buying land in Karnataka or in Tamil Nadu, you have to be in person there. But if you're buying land in Andhra, which is basically Samruddhi for now, you don't necessarily have to even come in place. You have to send in a representative form, which is an authorized form by the sub-registrar office, and you can buy the property using that form.
Okay. Looks quite simple, and I'm sure it is simple because I've seen them operate and kind of facilitate all of this to many, many customers out there, and I can vouch for it because a friend of mine recently bought a plot who was not in Bangalore, and it happened very, very seamlessly. He was quite impressed and surprised as well. So on that note, time for Q&A. If you have any questions, all you have to do is very simple. Key in those questions in your Zoom chat box, YouTube, or even on Facebook. On that note, I have a few questions. Meghana has already curated a few questions, and the first one comes out from Mr. Rakesh, and he says, who owns the project right now? And how soon will the farm be transferred to my name upon purchase?
See, every property is always owned by the Hosachiguru team. So we first buy the land. It's in our name. The sale deed is in our name. The revenue records are in our name. So there's no tripartite agreement or an MOU or any such sort. So the day you book the property and once the terms are the payment is done, we can get the land registered on the co-farmer name, and subsequently the revenue records also will be transferred in their name. Fantastic. So it's as seamless as that.
So when can I construct my farmhouse? And will Hosachiguru assist in constructing my farmhouse? Srinath partially kind of answered this question, but to kind of repeat it again.
Yeah, so we have the in-house architects who know the lay of the land. Any customer who buys the farmland can actually construct it immediately after they are buying, if their need, should their need be. And our in-house team, we have an execution team, we have an architect team who work with the lay of the land. They know the sun path, the winter rays, the sun rays, everything, and all of that is taken care of. So we have done pre-designed models, which will actually go well with the align with the principles of the retreat and the design principles of the retreat, and people can. Should they want to, we will assist them right from the design and all the way up to construction. Everything is taken care of.
Okay. Another interesting question. It comes from Usha. And if I buy a farm at Samruddhi, how will the company keep me informed about what's happening there as I live in this city?
So, that's precisely why we built this app called My Farm app. We don't want to be the brokers of the information between the farm and our co-farmers. The co-farmers will get an alert of what's happening in the farm seamlessly, whether there is an irrigation, whether there is a rain, whether there is fertigation, whether there is a plant replant, everything is being done online, and they get an alert. They know what trees are growing. If there is a mortality in the tree, also they get an alert. And we build beautiful retreats in the farm. The co-farmers can actually book the retreat using the app, seamless. They don't really have to call anybody else. It's a seamless, hassle-free ownership, and we just want them to experience that joy of owning the farm on the comfort of their mobile phone.
Fantastic. So I have more questions coming in. By then, Meghna, if you can cue the unveiling video of Samruddhi so that people can take a look at it. If they have any questions, kindly key in, and it's on Zoom chat box, YouTube, and I have some interesting questions coming in. In fact, something with respect to what kind of plants can be grown here, return on investments, and a lot of things. But for now, let's see the unveiling video of Samruddhi once again, so you get a bird's eye view of how the property looks and what is exactly waiting for you here in this fantastic place. And in the meanwhile, before we play that video, I want to congratulate the entire team for celebrating the 10th year of starting Hosachiguru from ground up and making people fulfill their dreams of owning a piece of farm plot. On that note, here's the video for you guys. There you go. Where did I skip? Where did I skip?
Welcome to Samruddhi Farms. Nestled amidst the serene and picturesque surroundings, Samruddhi is spread across 115 acres. Samruddhi is a dream come true for those seeking to live and experience the beauty of a farm life. Samruddhi is Hosachiguru's most affordable offering, and we take great pride in giving wings to your farm dreams. Adjacent to Tumkur Taluk, close to the Madhugiri Black Buck Reserve Forest, located between Hindupur and Madakasira, Samruddhi is just 90 minutes from Bangalore Airport toll. Samruddhi's strategic location makes it an ideal choice for those seeking to live in a farm community while still having easy access to the city. Samruddhi means great prosperity. With agroforestry at its heart, Samruddhi is an ideal opportunity for those seeking to create a prosperous future through a combination of cultivation of timber, such as sandalwood, teak, mahogany, and a fruit forest with a variety of fruit-bearing trees, such as mango, chiku, jackfruit, and many more to choose from. The farmlands in this area are witnessing tremendous growth, given its proximity to the airport. Hindupur being an industrial hub with the likes of BEL, Wipro, Berger Paints, and Kia Motors having their production facilities, and an upcoming SEZ of 1,800 acres just 10 minutes to the farm. With rapid development around Samruddhi farms, the potential for high land appreciation is immense, making it an ideal choice for those seeking to create a prosperous and sustainable future. Samruddhi is located on a national highway that connects the Bangalore-Hyderabad highway to the Bangalore-Mumbai highway, making it an ideal growth spot. At Samruddhi, we understand that a farm community should be a place of belonging, where the entire family can come together and create memories. Our clubhouse is designed to provide just that, a perfect relaxation and recreation for the entire family. The resort will have a host of amenities such as indoor games, cabanas, campsite, workstations, petting center, organic cafe, and cottages that are ideal for your weekend stays. With regenerative farming practices and the right technology to help you get real-time updates, Hosachiguru will make sure you own a farm that is secure, sustainable, rewarding, and tech-enabled. The multi-layered approach to a food forest ensures a fruitful outcome. By owning a farm with Hosachiguru, you become a part of the co-farmer community, which gives special access to book a stay across all the other farms of Hosachiguru. Our various teams of experts take care of end-to-end management, legal aspects of the initial paperwork, regenerative farming, and hospitable farm life ensure an easy-going experience for you from owning the land to reaping the fruits of your investment. With its affordable pricing, easy EMI options, potential high land appreciation, and with regenerative agricultural principles, Samruddhi offers you the opportunity to realize your farm dream. Take the first step towards making your farm dream come true.
Property number 25, farm plot number 25, that is Samruddhi for you. And we continue with the Q&A for the last few minutes of this live broadcast session. And right now we have Smriti Shetty back here with us. So there's another person who's asking what kind of flora, fauna, trees can be grown over here in this piece of land?
Sure. So according to our environmental studies, there's a mixed bag of fruit trees that you can grow, as well as timber trees. And the idea is it's a mixed bag. It's not a monocrop practice system where it's just one kind of, say, just a guava growing or a pomegranate growing. The idea is to grow a biodiverse agroforestry system along with biomass crops and support species. Here are basically fruit trees and timber trees, mainly, primarily.
And yes, what measures does Hosachiguru take to mitigate any risk of crop failure or climate changes?
So the way we've designed Samruddhi was keeping in all this mind. Like we spoke about something called the water management systems like swales. We've incorporated water harvesting systems. So in case of crop failure or in case of floods or in case of, say, you have droughts, these structures come into play. So swales will basically help mitigate all these problems. What they do is primarily hold water and recharge your aquifers, increase the water table. The other way of doing this, we are also planting something called support species along with your fruit trees and timber trees. What they do is they provide water, nutrition to the soil and also do nutrition cycling to the soil. So these features, the idea is soil does not require water. Soil requires moisture. So all these strategies help retaining moisture in the soil. So you mulch the soil. Mulch is basically covering the soil with keeping it covered all the times. We have green manuring systems between the tree rows which help covering the soil all the times. Also help in nitrogen fixing of the soil. So nutrition cycling, covering the soil, having structures like swales, having check dams, gabions, ponds, which are also great recharging structures within the land. All these help mitigate crises such as floods as well as drought.
Fantastic. But Mother Nature is always very uncertain, right?
That's true.
Only these are kind of proven methods which can help you kind of do the damage control, right? But always weather is everything uncertain, right?
So when you start off, that's why it's not done in isolation. These strategies are also done in tandem with each other. So it's not just that I can only put swales and be happy and then Mother Nature will do its job and I have to sit back and not do anything. You have to maintain those structures by additionally. So what we do is we fill the swales with something called biomass carbon. What they also do is, even if there's a small drop of water, they will make sure there's maximum optimization of the whole unit.
Fantastic.
You absorb the water. So all of these structures will always help you in, mitigate risk. Again, the idea is when you're mulching, people mulch, but they have no idea how to mulch. There are strategies how to mulch a plant. There are strategies to ways to mulch a plant. So these strategies are adopted by Hosachiguru and even when they irrigate the land, right? Now, if you're going to irrigate the land at say 12 o'clock in the afternoon at the peak of heat, it's not a correct way of irrigating the land. You're supposed to irrigate the land at 6 o'clock in the morning when the temperatures are low. or at 4 o'clock in the evening when the temperatures are low, to avoid the evapotranspiration of water. So you have strategies that are mindful practices that are holistic in nature. They're not just done in isolation. So if I have biomass, I have swales, I have mulching, I have green manuring, I have gabions. All of these need to come into practice together. They cannot be done in isolation, or you can't pick and choose whatever you want to do.
Sounds
That's
so
why it's
exciting.
called designing.
Sounds so exciting. So much of so many new things to learn here, right? And that's one way of looking at why you want to own a piece of farmland, is because you have new ways to learn, live, as the tagline says, own, grow, and cherish, right? Having said that, Srinath, I have a few questions for you as well. And you spoke about timber, right? Which can be like about 20-25 years of a long-term investment. So what kind of trees can be grown here?
So,
or in what quantity?
Yeah, Smruddhi and team have curated a good list of timber trees, and the maturity of those timber trees can be anywhere between 15 to 25 years, depending upon the type of tree that we take up, right? And typically, we would want it to be a biodiverse forest. So what we are limiting the co-farmers is that the timber trees can be up to 50 to 60%, depending upon the size of the land. In some cases, 40% if it's a quarter acre of land, but it has to be a mix of trees. It could be sandalwood, teak, mahogany, Millia-dubia, bamboo, right? So the idea here is to ensure that each of these things are self-sustaining, and over a period of time, the co-farmers can harvest and earn some sort of a passive income, but that is limited to about 50-60% and should not be a monocrop. People can grow timber trees of their choice, and we have curated that list, and that they can pick and choose from that.
Okay, and we have a question from Smita, who's asking, when can I visit Samruddhi Farms? How can I book a farm visit?
So, I'll ask my team to put up the site visit form, which they can scan right away and then, look at visiting the farm. But we are open on all days. We have ground staff on the farm. We have agronomists. We have the site visit team, which will kind of then take you all. And all you have to do is, call us at our number, which is displayed, or scan the particular code to, book a site visit, and my team will reach out to you so that you could, go ahead and then do the site visit. When you go there, please, scan the QR code for the talking land so that you know exactly which plot you are on, and all the plots are accurately mapped, so that as you're walking or as you're going through the entire layout, you can see which is available, what is not available, and book the plot through the online system itself.
Fantastic. Kudos, Team Hosochiguru, because just a QR code is all you need to log in and book a plot, and you have talking lands. I'm sure it's hitting its traffic at the peak, and I'm sure there's some kind of glitch for now. It's a temporary glitch, but we'll be back online very, very soon. Thank you so many. Thank you all those customers. Thanking all those customers who are showing overwhelming response to this entire launch of Samruddhi. And the last few questions, I think it's coming from Mr. Kumar Swami. How long will Hosochiguru maintain my farm plot? Can I maintain it on my own?
So, Hosochiguru, the idea here is to help people manage their entire farmlands. But if some individuals would like to maintain their own farmlands, they're free to do so. So there are two aspects to maintenance. One is the common area, there is the farm plot area. So the common area is typically maintained by the company. And whenever the association of landowners are ready to take over, they can take it over. But for the first 15 years, we kind of tend to continue to manage this because these are remote locations. And by the time it is 15 years, the association is active, and they could either choose us to continue to manage the common areas, and we continue to manage the farm plots as well. But if the co-farmer chooses that, no, I will manage my own farm plot, because the system that we are developing is a self-sustainable system. So if somebody is able to volunteer and put in about 4 or 5 hours every week, he can certainly manage his own farmland. We give him all the relevant tools, all the relevant help in managing his own farm plot, or he can choose to utilize our services to manage his own farm plot. The choice is completely his.
Fantastic, fantastic. I must congratulate the entire team for making the entire process so seamless and attention to detail. So once again, we would like to bring the QR code back on screen. All you have to do is scan this, and you'll have all the details. Samruddhi Farms is now officially open for the site visits. So on your weekends, if you want to get away from all the hustle bustle, all you have to do is get in touch with Hosachiguru. We'll organize the site visit, and definitely your dream of owning a piece of farm plot will come true here, because you have fantastic EMI schemes, deferred payments, 6 months payments, all these fantastic payment schemes to help you make this entire payment process as easy as possible. On that note, we are heading towards the end of this live stream. Once again, I would like to thank all of you for being a part of this unveiling ceremony, and also the celebration, the Varamahalakshmi celebration. Lakshmi is a symbol of wealth. Wealth is not just money. As Hosachiguru team keeps saying, I would like to repeat it again. Wealth is best when you experience it. If not, it's just a piece of paper, right? So when you have the time, when you have that money, when you have, or if you can make time and spend that money to build an ecosystem, to enjoy simple things of life, touch the, be in touch with Mother Nature, plant your own tree, play with mud, walk in the stream, and see your kids play at your own farm, help them understand what kind of flora, fauna, and everything is becoming online today. So you have goshalas, you have recreation centers, all these fantastic amenities just for you to get in touch or be in sync with Mother Nature and develop a new lifestyle away from all the city's hustle and bustle. This is a concrete jungle, right? Absolute concrete jungle. And everything is becoming online. And in today's world, if you have to invest in being a little more organic, I think Hosachiguru is the place. On that note, once again, wishing all of you happy Varamahalakshmi. We'll see you back at Samruddhi Farms, and thanking all those 30% of customers, existing customers who've booked their farm plots here. Tell your friends and family to go and grab their piece of land today. On that note, Vinayak Joshi signing off, and on behalf of Team Hosachiguru, thank you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye. Ciao.